Hi, welcome back to Visual Studio Code. In this tutorial we're going to look at what extensions you could install to help you program in this environment. Now, extensions are little add-ons that are developed by independent coders and supported by different communities to give us an accelerated programming experience. So one of mine that I really like is the actual icons that are put next to the file types. This helps me associate what's a HTML, what's PHP, etc. To get these sort of icons, click on the extension manager, and up the top here you can actually search the marketplace for them. So if you're looking for the little icon extension, you can see it's here at the moment, material icon theme. So if you type that in, material icon, you can see all the different material icons start coming up. There are all sorts of extensions you can install, but be aware, if you click on material icon themes, you can see how many people have downloaded it and what its star rating is. So this is very, very popular with over 6 million downloads, or nearly 6.5 million downloads. If you read through the documentation, you can actually see the icon library that is here. So when we go through and we look at things like HTML, you can see it's got the HTML5 icon there. If you CSS, you can see the icon here, and there's all the other different icons that you can use. So I find this very, very useful. So if you don't have it installed, just click on the install. This will then download from the internet and then become active. And then when you create files, you'll actually create a new one like global.css. You can see it automatically associates with the CSS file there with the icon. Now, some other ones that I use that are very, very useful are things like HTML snippets. You can see once again over 4.5 million downloads. Very useful to install. So I would recommend, if you're doing any dynamic web program, you can install this. There are a lot of PHP plugins, a lot of C# plugins. So by all means, keep searching to find tools that help you code in the environment that you're working with, even Python plugins as well. Another one that I use, which isn't so popular, is HTML hints. Now this one isn't as popular, but it's always good to give some new packages a try to see if they actually assist you in your coding. If you're looking for some CSS help, you can actually put CSS, and then it starts listing all the different packages. So there's one here that I've used before, which is HTML CSS support. Once again, 4.5 million people. Now the last one that I'm going to suggest that you look at is what's called Live Server. So Live Server allows you to run your web page and update your web page as you save. So once you've got this installed, let's have a look at how that works. I'm going to open an index.html. I'm going to put a document title in here. I'm just going to put my web address. That goes to my teacher planner, and I'm going to put in here a h1 tag and just put the web address again. Now I'm just going to save that, and what you can do with Go Live, in the bottom right hand corner you can click on that and it will open up a web page for us. What I'm going to do is just put this in split view so you can see the web page there. Now as I make changes, when I save that, Command S, it automatically updates the browser without having to refresh the browser all the time. So using Live View is very, very useful in your workflow processes. And I do highly recommend Live Server. Now the last thing you may want to do with your environment to set it up is to change the autosave. So if you go to Code and go to Preferences and Settings, you can then come up the top and type in Auto Save, and it brings up the autosave option here. At the moment it's set to off, which means I have to go Command S every time I want to save. But if you look in these options here, you can have it after a delay. So after 1 second it'll actually save your work. If there's a pause, etc. On focus change, so if you actually change tabs, it'll save as you go. Or if you click out, so in other words I click back over my browser, it would auto save, which means with live server it'll automatically update. So it's a good idea to have it as after delay, but remember this will save as you go, so you're not in control of this, but we'll ensure that it will save your work. And once you've done that, you can close the window, and now you're pretty well set to get on with your coding. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope this makes coding in Visual Studio a lot easier.